Evening, guys. Tony back again, orange Hodge. A bit sunburnt. Been warm here this morning. Been out with my daughter all day, horse riding. And this is just a response to my good friend Jason at JM Horrific Nightmares. His tag contest. And I think he said someone called Lee Powell first done it, and it's called Top 10. No, First 10. So it's your first 10 horror movies. Now, not everyone's going to really remember the first 10, but I'm going to try and do my best like everyone has and remember the ones I've, can think of most in my head. So the first one I remember watching, I was born in 1984, and my dad used to watch Hammer Horror a lot. So I was about 5, I think, would have been 89 or something, maybe 4 or 5, and I used to go mad for Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. He used to let me watch him with him, Hammer Horror. Only a young age, but I used to love them. And I can remember, my first one I can remember was the 1958 Dracula. You know, the one where Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing at the end, the great duel with the candlesticks and him ripping the curtain down. That sticks in my head as a first horror film. Oh, my dog's come running in. First horror film I can remember. And another one I used to watch, what we used to have on VHS, was, what was it called? Frankenstein, the Monster from Hell. You know, the one with the I've got them on DVD and Blu-ray upstairs, but I'm just going to do it talking, just for quickness, because I'm going on holiday tomorrow. Frankenstein, the Monster from Hell. One with like the hairy creature with a big nose and the cut round the head with the bald head. That was an awesome movie. I haven't watched it for a long time, but I remember that one. That sticks in my mind. Then number 3, that was the first 2. Number 3, I remember The Wicker Man. He had that on VHS. I remember watching that. That's awesome now. I watched it last week again. I haven't watched it for years. Watched it last week. Still love it. So I remember the Wicker Man. And then one that sticks into my mind, I remember watching it, on like BBC or Channel 4 one night with my mum. A film called Paper House, which you all know probably. And that stuck into my mind about a girl. It's in the 80s. It's the 80s. And a British movie. And a girl draws these pictures at school of a house and a boy in it. And every time she goes to sleep, she sees this house and stuff. And it's a really good film. I love it. I'm trying to look for it on Blu-ray. I can only find it on French Blu-ray, and it's ridiculous money. But yeah, love that film. Remember that one. Just looking down what I've wrote. Number 5, I remember in my head. I might have seen some others, like you all might, but just what you remember in your head. Nightmare on Elm Street 3 was the first Nightmare on Elm. That's why it's my favourite. It's just, that's what sticks in my mind. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, everyone knows that. Classic. Wonderful film. Number 6, I remember because we used to have a corner shop, obviously like everywhere around the shop, and it used to have videos to rent. And I used to rent it all the time, the VHS, a film called The Vineyard. She's like got this like Japanese bloke in it. Haven't watched it for a long time. I've got it on DVD upstairs, I think. And he like makes this potion out of, I don't know, young virgin's blood or something, what I can remember, and it like makes him young, keeps him young, and like when he becomes old, all his face and everything goes. And that was the front cover, like him as an old, like a witch type thing with his hands in the air. Always sticks in my mind, that cover. So that's number 6. Number 7, I haven't got a copy of this, but I need it. I was asking someone on a forum a few weeks back. I said, does anyone know a film, I said, where the group of teenagers go to this cabin, not Evil Dead, and there's like an old man and woman and a kid's there, and they're like really weird, kooky. It's on a cliff, and they start going on this rope swing or a swing, and they start singing "Rob's on the swing," and that stuck in my head from being little, and I couldn't remember the film. And someone said American Gothic, and I was like, yeah, that's it. That was another one that was in the video store. And me and my dad used to say that for years, Rob's on, but I never knew the name of it. He didn't. He used to call it Trick or Treat for some reason, unless it was called that in England. I don't know. But yeah, American Gothic's number 7. I can remember watching that. Number 8, the first Friday the 13th movie I watched was Friday the 13th Part 3. That's what I can remember in my head. The one where the barn and the goons on the bike, you know, and when Jason first gets his hockey mask. That sticks into my mind a lot. So that's Part 3. Number 9, I remember going to my cousin's when I was 6 or 7 or 8 or something, and he had Dawn of the Dead. He was like, watch this, this is amazing. I was like, what is it? He was like, it's like a, don't know, it's not really out in this country. Whether it was or not, I don't know. In England, it might have been a bit of a video nasty. So I've got, obviously VHS then, his dad had it, and it was Dawn of the Dead. And it was amazing when we watched it. I was like, oh, man. And he was like, yeah, I told you it was good. Tell all your friends at school, you've watched this really scary zombie movie. I was like, yeah. So I remember that one, number 9. Then number 10, I probably watched some others, but another one from the Video Shop Memories, my favourite horror film because of this, because of the best memories. What I rented the most was Nightbreed. So that sticks into my head. So I'll just put that at number 10. So yeah, Nightbreed really sticks in my head. So that's number 10. I love that film. Clive Barker. Nightbreed's amazing. Got someone called Boo and he turns into Cabal. If you haven't watched it, watch it, guys. I know some people don't like it, but I love it. It's my favourite. I can turn it on any time. And then stuff sticks into my head like Nightmare on Elm Street 1, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. I remember having them on VHS. I can remember my dad getting a copy of Chainsaw Massacre that someone had recorded. It was a video nasty then in the early 90s. He was like, watch this, but it was a bit later on. I was probably about 9 or 10. And yeah, that was brutal. Then I was like, but is this real, Dad? He's like, no. He said, it looks real, but... And what else sticks in my head? Yeah, more Hammer stuff, Horror Express, things like watch them. Watch loads of stuff, but just what sticks in your head. You can't really say, no one can say what the first 10 is. It's just stuff what sticks in your head, isn't it? But yeah, I'll might tag some people. I don't know, Andrew Balliner, Horror Fan Man Grant, who else? Lawrence Collection. Who else can I say? Dave Maggot. Devon Graham's channel. Hey, isn't this? You might have already been tagged. But anyone, if you're watching this, guys. Bronco Juggalo. Yeah, anyone, do it. Yeah, it's really good. When I was just thinking about it, I've got it all written down here. Just what I've thought of on top of my head, because you just think of it, don't you? So, yeah, it brought back some good memories. And poor old Dad, God rest his soul. So, yeah, it was a good insight. Thanks for the tag, Jay, and catch you all later. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.